The slide is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next on payment rehabilitation, right? So we have seen about materials, construction, you know, how to go about the design materials, then design construction. Now it is management or at maintenance. No, so this payment rehabilitation is a maintenance part. Okay. So this payment rehabilitation, this why you are doing it. One is to do the service, that is to increase the service life on the existing payment, then to rectify any defects or distress on the payments. So this rehabilitation work includes resurfacing, restoration and rehabilitation. So this will restore the serviceability, such as placement of, you can do additional the surfacing material or other work necessary to return an existing roadway, including shoulders, to the condition of structural and functional adequacy. Okay, structural means it can withstand the load. Functional means like roughness, skid resistance, etc. So this includes the complete removal and replacement of the payment structure, and this may include partial recycling. You are not recycling the full depth or full material. Partially you are just recycling the existing material. The procedure of this one is prioritization of payments. You are already seen. So which payment or which road requires rehabilitation? That's very important. For that you have to assess or monitor the condition of the payment. Based on that you can just formulate. Then development of feasible rehabilitation strategies. When to do and what type of rehabilitation, when you have to give the rehabilitation. Then selection of the most cost-effective rehabilitation strategy. That's what you're doing in management, payment management system. You're choosing the system in such a way that, or you're choosing the roads or the maintenance strategy in such a way that you'll get a best cost-effective method. Okay. So this will include reduced service, a set of constraints. You have a lot of constraints in that, like service life, if it is 10 years, 10, then life cycle cost, budget, many constraints will be there. Okay, so life cycle cost should not be more, budget should not exceed. So within all these constraints, whatever the best cost effective method you have to choose. Then adequate measurement of performance of the, after it is doing this rehabilitation work of the payments, then measure the performance. So different techniques involves overlays, recycling option, then paint. Overlays, like it can be done, you can do it for bituminous and concrete, then pre-overlay treatment, mill and overlay, mill and inlay. We learn one by one. Then recycling, that one, cold in place, this in the site itself you can do it cold in place. Full depth reclamation also is possible, or you can go for payment entire reconstruction. This overlay means this is a placement of new course or new layer of payment on the existing surface. This can be either bitumen or concrete, or you can mill and overlay. You can mill the existing surface, then you can overlay and inlay. So when constructing an overlay, the old surface is typically milled or ground down. Okay. And any like minor structural deficiencies you have to repair before laying a new surface. So bituminous over bituminous overlay. You have the bituminous payment overlay, you're providing the bituminous layer itself. So this can be a non-structural or can be structural, means the life it can withstand more load it can take. So non-structural overlay is used for short fix, so short-term measure. Structural overlay thickness mat that will increase the pavement strength. Concrete over bituminous surface. It's an existing is bituminous. You can provide the concrete surface like a thin a white topping. You can provide. A new concrete surface is paved over an existing bituminous surface. It can be bonded or unbonded. Bonded means you are just milling or scarifying, then already laying it. Unbonded means you will lay a thin polythene sheet over the existing surface, then above that only you will lay the concrete overlay. What will happen is in that one, these two layers will act differently. Okay. Typically used as an unbonded overlay. Mill and overlay means this maintenance you have to do the milling at this process or grinding action of a large by a large milling at this machine. Then above that you are laying your bituminous pavement. Mill and inlay. Mill and inlay means this milling involves grinding down the upper layer and to remove any cracks or rutting. Then after that we place a layer of inlay paving on top of the milled, on top of the milled surface. So any holes or any undulations on the surface, this you have to rectify. After that only you are just laying the asphalt overlay. The next comes a major part. This is a recycling of pavement. No, if it is damaged one, you have to mill it, then check for the gradation, recycle the material and the recycle the pavement. So what is the need or necessity for recycling? So one is depletion of natural resources, or natural resources is depleted. So you should take care of for both like aggregate or bitumen, whatever it. So you have to take care of that. Then unwanted increase in road elevation. You can see that in earlier days, if like road is there, shops, no entry to shops and all, you have to climb to enter the shop floor. But later as keep on as the at this road level as keep on increasing or overlay, they will keep on provide, then you have to get down to enter into the shops or either into the your houses and all. So unwanted increase of road elevation due to periodical overlay. So there are a lot of issues with it, even though it's a minor problem, but there are a lot of issues, especially with drainage and all, it's there. Then visibility, there's a lot of issues are there. Then disposal problem with the wrap, etc. That's if you are removing, where to dispose it. Okay. So necessity adoption of pavement recycling technique is needed. So what in recycling of what you're using existing pavement material. So new with this you are using a new material. Okay, new material, you can add some more new material also into it, such that can save the material, money and energy also. This also will to solve the disposal issues also. So you can reuse. Then advantage is improve the serviceability of the aged or deteriorated pavement. This will reduce the reduce this raw material cost. Then level deformation. Now level that is deformation and all, or re-establish the crowns, then retain the overhead that is clearance. Then minimize overhead clearance. Say some underpass is there. If you are just providing in keep on adding the thickness, then the head the distance between the pavement and the top level, it will be very less. So you have to retain that if you are using recycling. Level deformation, any deformation in level or crown or camper, it can be done. Then minimize the lane closure time, user delays and all. No? This in recycling, instead of closing the road for long duration, can be done then and there also. There are 2 or 3 methods. One method can be done then and there. So only very less time is required for doing this. Then public acceptance of this recycling. Recycled payment can be recycled itself, or even already a recycled payment also, it can be recycled again. So this types of surface like surface recycling, cold hot replacing, is recycling, Portland cement concrete. In a broad, it can be classified as central plant and in situ. Central plant means You have to scarify and take the material, then you have take it into a central plant like a concrete mixing plant, then add to some rejuvenating materials or new aggregates have to be added, then bring back the material to the site and do it. Okay. In situ recycling means then and there, the site itself, you have to you can recycle the material and lay it on the cycle. So recycling can be done to pavement and cement concrete. You're concentrating on asphalt. It's a surface cold mix and hot mix. Surface recycling itself, cold and hot in place, it's there. Then in cold mix, cold in place and then taking into the central plant. Hot mix, hot central plant. This is a hot in place this recycling. You can see that you have to heat the pavement, then scarify it. Okay, this scarifier, you can see the scarifier. Then it's a remix method. No, you have to mix the new aggregate. It's like a series of trains. It will be this equipment, but you can do it in place, hot in place itself. For this remix means you have to mix it with new materials. Some new materials are also added into it. This is heaters and this grinders picked up and paid. You have to pick the old material, add the new material, then lay it on the field itself. So this hot in place, this recycling, this initially the pavement what you're intended to recycle is heated to a high temperature using suitable heating arrangement. This facilitates, so you can easily remove the material if you're heating it, especially that's a bitumen. You know that the viscosity will change or it will be in loose states. You can easily remove the material. So after heating, the pavement surface is scarified to the required depth, whatever the depth, whether it's top layer or for the entire depth also you can do it, that's different. Whatever the depth you're aiming, you just scarify. Then further, depending on the requirement of fresh aggregate, check the gradation, then add a fresh aggregate and binder as required. Then the material is mixed well and compacted to the required thickness. This is a repave at its method. This is a recycling at its unit. You can see now this old material removed, then the new this new material can be laid. So hot in place, this one least disruption to traffic, since this process consumes very less, because then and there you are taking the material, then adding the new material and laying on the side there itself. So it consumes very less time. The transportation cost is less because you need not transport the material to the site. If your mixing plant or central plant is long away located, no, it's far away from the place, then the transportation cost is more there. So instead, if it is in place, you can just transportation cost can be reduced. Sufficient rate of is required. Since the machinery required for this purpose being bulky, you can see in the pictures, no, it's very serious, no, it's very bulky equipment. So you require, if it, the width of the road is very less, then it will be very difficult to lay over that. Then there are a lot of environmental issues in this, because longer train and some environmental issues, you are heating it. So some environmental issues are there. Hot in replace, where you can at least use it like anywhere, wherever this mill and fill is possible, it can be used. Then adequate existing pavement thickness 2 to 4 inches should be there and should be thick enough to take a stable base or leave 1 inch of existing pavement over the native soils. Okay, it can handle all cracking distresses provided. Then surface maintenance is no longer effective. You can just go for this. Then where safety is a concern and life cost dictate. Okay. And where this hot in place surface receive were not to use, like if you wanted to use for the payment, and you can see that if you have poor sub base, if sub base is damaged, there's no meaning in scarifying and using the top surface. We have to rectify the sub base also. Where poor drainage is there and more stripping or fabric use, fabric, some geotextile, it's there. Then rubberized asphalt pavements. In these cases, it is not possible to go for recycling and all. Other method is cold in place. This recycling. This at first the payment is scarified with a scarifier. The scarified material is crushed to the required this gradation. Okay. Then the required amount of fresh aggregate and binder in cold form, emulsion or cutback is added. It is compacted and left for aeration process, mixing and all. And you can see that additives like cement, quicklime, fly ash can be used. This takes care of the local geometry correction for payment distresses. Being an in situ process, the hauling cost is considerably low. See here also this hot in place, you have to heat it, then only this clarifying. Okay. Initially the payment to be is heated to a higher temperature. That's what this environmental issues. But in this directly you are scarifying the material, then checking for the gradation, adding the material in a cold form, emulsion or this cutback bitumen. It can be added into a liquid state. It's a with very less temperature. That's why it's called cold in place. Okay. This is a cold in place recycling. It's a crushing and sizing train. It's the major use of this is removal. You can remove the rutting, restoration of curb line, then restoration of cross slope or camper, then restoration of surface friction, it is mass removal of HMA, hot mix asphalt. If you want to remove major more thickness, it can be done. Roughened surface for improved bond between the layers. Okay, this is a mass removal of material. Can see that is removal of material. Then you can at is laid. Rut at is removal. Rut also can be rectified. Edge milling to maintain the curve. Like you can see the milling is done on the edges. So cold in place, this air quality related problems is almost negligible compared to hot mix asphalt. Okay. Here also the machinery required is bulky, so and it is so if especially if more turning spaces and all it's required because of its length and all. Okay. So also the lane needs to be closed for certain time so that the sufficient time is available for curing of freshly laid course. Then moisture content when bitumen emulsion is used needs to be given important because this will influence the gradation, mixing, workability and all. This is a recycling. No, so what you are doing is, so this is the existing material. Okay, this is a working direction. Your train is moving in this direction. So where the existing material is scarified, you are injecting the new material. No, control pump for injecting the bitumen emulsion there. Then microprocessor or control pump of the WM400 for injecting the slurry of cement and water. So you are injecting the new material into it, bitumen and new material. It is just mixed. Then along with the old material, you are just mixing it and then laying it in the field itself. Okay, this is a treated material milling and mixing drum, defective or asphalt pavement and unbound base course. Okay. So in this, the compacting, the profiled mixture, then profiling the treated mixer, milling and admixture, milling and injecting the slurry, then infeed of emulsion, then leveling and then spreading the additional aggregate. So here this fold in this is some pictorial view, you can just see into it. This is the pickup van. No, whatever the scarified material it's picking up, then lay down and this rolling material. This is a field condition before recycling. This is a field condition after recycling. Okay, can also one more example for before and this after recycling to overlay. Okay. This hot central plant recycling mean this wrap is combined with required quantity of bituminous binder, fresh aggregate in a hot mix plant. Whatever the material, you just take it, then you have to transport into a central plant. Then there you check for the gradation, everything. Then again it is you have to bring back to the original site. The resultant mix is heated to an elevated, this is hot, that's why it should heated to an elevated temperature and mixed thoroughly. The hot mix is transported to paving site, placed and compacted to the required compaction level. The advantage is that the mix properties and performance is comparable to that of the virgin acid. You are mixing a new mix, you have a more control over the virgin mix. But if you are doing, see, this process in situ, no, you don't have much control. No, you can check for one or two sites, then you are just mixing the addition. But in the field, if it is in a central plant, more control, but it will be more like a virgin or a new mix. And the quality control is better when compared to hot in place. And but this is susceptible to moisture. Care needs to be taken while storing it, and less workplace is required for laying. No, you don't require a huge length or bulky equipment, and this is suitable for roads where the right of way is somewhat restricted. And the wrap should not be exposed to extremely high temperature. This causes pollution due to the smoke emission, because it is hot process. And this cold central plant, the stockpiled and kept clean, crushed wrap to that is gradation, mixed with recycling emulsion in central plant, not to a high temperature. It's a low temperature, it is low only, that's why it's cold. Then transported to lay down area, paved areas, cycled mix, then compacted to specified density, ready for surface treatment. Then this one called central plant recycling, this before picture, and this is during milling. No, during it is milling at a process stockpile, whatever the milled material, just stock it. Then this is a cold central plant, it is recycling from it is wrap, sorry, from wrap to the it is payment, right? Then loading to the wrap. No, wrap material, it has to be loaded, then crushing and mixing with new materials and all, then loaded to the truck, then it has to be crane, and this concrete company put in weight. Okay, you can see what is that. You are seeing it's already, it's laid, but again due to that is movement of this crane or other machineries, you can see lot of patchwork. This you are seeing in the many artist roads. Okay, this is a paving and compaction. This is a finished surface. You can see the surface in a closer view. There's a different using different this material. This is a fog seal or slurry seal. Okay, even they have done the cold central plant recycling. Over that, fog seal or slurry seal can be used. This one, it does not involve any heating, and bitumen emulsion is used instead of butter as binder. So precise control on the mixing time is important, and over mixing may cause premature breaking of the emulsified bitumen, and under mixing resulting insufficient coating of the aggregate. So depending on the payment life or leftover or the condition of the road, and so you can provide different strategies or rehabilitation measures can be adopted. Like in the beginning means you can provide fog and some rejuvenating or preventive measures. Then other different test measures can be used. Now, if it is already fully damaged, then you can go for full depth reclamation only. Full depth reclamation means in this requires heavy material. In earlier one, you are just removing the top or bituminous materials alone. Full depth means you can add the granular materials also, and that require heavy machinery. Heavy machinery is it is used to pulverize this. Sorry. So heavy machinery is used to pulverize and mix the in situ payment. So then and there you can do it. But as this requires not only the asphalt payment, This granular also maybe, or it has to go into a more depth. Okay, it's a deep recycled layer. You can see a milling drum. Then you can injection of water and fluid stabilizing agents, and this is a distress payment. After that it will get, you can, it is laid. This is a full depth. Some equipment you can see on this. Okay. This formed asphalt expansion chamber. Formed asphalt means it's a product of hot bitumen meeting small amounts of cold water. This will create thin bubbles of bitumen to bond with the pulverized base material. So what you're doing is you are allowing a hot material. You can see in this picture, hot bitumen is allowed there, and you have to sprinkle the cold water. These two will form a formed bitumen is created. This will at creating thin bubbles of bitumen. So this is easy for bonding with the pulverized base material. This you are using for full depth reclamation. This is site after pulverization and before trimming of excess material to allow for, where you can see that it's not bitumen, granular material also they have mixed. Okay, this is a full depth, that is reclamation. So in this, note in this and similar cases, curves are not needed to be raised, which is a considerable saving. Okay, and amount of excess materials removed before the bitumen and cement is added. If you are adding new bitumen or cement or new material, whatever is existing, some material can be is removed, that is from that, and a depth of approximately 250 mm can be done. So it has been recycled using retread. This linear recycling, full depth recycling is more or less same whatever it is called. Many names it's called. Now all this process will have a virgin surface course, and where traffic weight and number is high will even have a bituminous mixture binder course and surface course. Okay. Will have a virgin means some material also you are using, it will just form as a new layer, and the thickness of the layer of the binder course, this depends on the type of the surface and the amount of traffic also. This is a full depth this reclamation. Some pictures. Okay. That's all about this. Any doubt?